Mark, thank you so much for diligently sharing your screen. Please do take us away with our next talk.
Thanks so much, Henry. Yeah, so today I'll be talking a little bit about our work here at Stanford, trying to connect engineering students with conservation researchers and conservationists. Oh, and I should introduce myself. I'm Mark Leone, a graduate student in mechanical engineering at Stanford. Yeah, so a little bit about our group. We're a student-led group called the Conservation Technology Group, which is part of the Stanford Student Robotics Club. We were founded in 2023 by myself and two other engineering students here at Stanford, kind of with the goal of a twofold goal. First, to give engineering students more hands-on experience, which all engineering students are always seeking. And then the second goal is to develop low-cost technology to democratize access to the technologies that are often needed for informing conservation decisions. So we've been able to pursue those two goals through a variety of different projects in collaboration with our external collaborators. So I'm going to go through a couple of these different projects in a little bit of detail, and then talk about some exciting projects that we have going on now. So this is a whole mess of a slide, but our first project that we were working on was in collaboration with Mario Espinosa from the University of Costa Rica. And Mario's lab studies the Pacific nurse sharks in Santa Elena Bay, Costa Rica. And basically, these sharks aggregate in these huge piles of nurse sharks. Up to 60 nurse sharks could be found in a single aggregation. And the lab is using drones to study them from the air. They were interested in trying to develop technologies to automatically survey the sharks from video. And we were able to develop some technology this past year using SAM2 and CLIP and combining those in an interesting way to be able to identify sharks just from a text prompt in videos, then segment those sharks and track them through the frames. And this is an example output of our imagery pipeline. Another project that we've been working on for the past 2 years now, also with Mario Espinosa's lab from University of Costa Rica, is developing low-cost open source camera biologgers. So, as many of you are probably familiar with, commercially available camera tags and biologging tags in general are very expensive and often cost prohibitive for researchers in lower and middle income countries. So, motivated by this, in collaboration with Mario, we developed this open source float release tag system along with a camera biologger. And basically, the goal of this is that you can buy a little keychain camera from Amazon for $100, take it apart, solder two things onto it, pour some epoxy, and then you're ready to basically deploy a tag that would typically cost $10,000 with a very low barrier to entry technologically. This is an example video from those biologgers that we deployed on Pacific Nurse Shark in Santa Elena Bay, Costa Rica last year. As you can see, the data that you can get from these tags is really interesting. You can survey everything from shark interactions and behavior to the do kind of using these tags as a replacement for diver surveys, just seeing what other fish are around, and also trying to identify the habitat usage of the sharks in their semi-natural state. We're really interested in deploying more of these tags over the next couple of years, especially for more conservation-oriented projects. We're working with a couple of different groups now to deploy these tags and try to understand the behavior of large sharks, with the goal of establishing MPAs in Latin America. We also have a couple other ongoing projects that different students in our group are leading. So we're developing a flow-through microscope buoy for deployments in the Gulf of Mexico, a telemetry beacon in collaboration with Ocean Alliance to track entangled whales, and then, of course, the biologging tags we're continuing to work on in advance and hopefully deploy on different species for conservation impact. I want to say thanks so much to all of our sponsors and partners that made this work possible. And I'd really like to hear any feedback any of you guys have on the work that we're doing. If you're interested in deploying our tech, we're always looking for partners. We're always looking for funding opportunities. And if you're interested in following a similar structure at your university, I'd always love to talk about how I could help do that. Thanks.
Ah, thanks so much, Mike. That was great. It's really cool that you guys are taking the initiative to create such diverse, cool projects with other students. It's just so Wild Labs. We love to see it. But that was going to be my question to you, and we've got a bit of time for others to ask questions as well. But yeah, I wanted to ask if another university wanted to replicate what you guys are doing, setting up a group of like-minded students, what do you recommend as being the best place for them to start?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, what we were able to do was go through an existing club that already is at the university. So the Stanford Student Robotics Club kind of has a funding structure already, has existing sponsorships and partnerships. So that's what worked for us, but it definitely depends on how I think funding is the main thing. So just being aware of where you can get the funding, what faculty members might be interested in helping out. Um, I think if you're interested in doing something similar, I'd love to talk and see if there's any ideas that I can help with. Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Mark. And I did also want to, I saw a comment come up. Yeah. So Carly, I just want to throw to you. You mentioned in the chat, as soon as someone mentioned soldering, you cringed. I just wanted to hear a bit more detail on that.
Mostly just concerns that I'll injure myself. But I'm sure it's not actually as difficult. But anytime someone's like, well, you take this burning hot thing, and I'm like, I'll burn myself. So it's personal, a fear of personal injury.
Fair play. I hope
That's
that hasn't
totally
happened to
fair.
anyone in your group. Cool. Thanks so much, Carly. Okay, all good. And yeah, as always, please mark just your email in the chat. And if anyone wants to follow up, then yeah, they can do so outside of the school.